All right, Laura Crossman, welcome. Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
Empowered Soul Network. Thank you for being a member here and thank you for putting your hand up to be interviewed.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
It's a
Great.
delight. So I'm going to read this actually because I love the way you wrote this. So your company is Flourish Forward Coaching,
Yes.
and you say I'm passionate about helping other trauma survivors propel past the label of survivor and showcase their gifts unapologetically.
Yes.
Tell me more about that, please.
Well, my coaching isn't for people who are just getting out of their whatever their trauma was, because they need resources that I'm not equipped to give.
Mm.
It's more for people who have done, done the work, most of the work, and are ready to go. They're like, there's so much more to me than just the label of survivor. I want to showcase that. How do I get that out? How do I find that? How do I, embrace it and shine?
Beautiful. Let it all out, all of those
That's
gifts.
right.
I love that. So, Laura, what's a little bit of your background? What inspired this in you to want to be able to help people in this way?
Well, because there's a lot in me past my label of survivor, trauma survivor, multiple traumas, and I'm a musician, I'm singer, used to be trumpet player, but now piano and singing are basically what I do. But love, love, love all the arts, but especially music.
Mm,
And I mean, I know other people have other gifts that are not involved in the arts, and that's great. Their gifts are as needed as the arts is.
mm. So you mentioned, I love that, by the way. I was raised in a very musical family. They called us the Von Kellogg's. My parents met singing, and they taught us all to sing and enjoy it. And there is such a deep healing that comes from music
Absolutely.
and being a part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm feeling down, singing and is always really healing.
Yeah. Yeah. So would you take us to, as far as you want to share, for the people that need to hear it, what was it that you learned in your journey? You mentioned you've had experienced several traumas in your life. If you
Yes.
want to speak to any of those, please, by all means. But what is it that you have pulled together for yourself about all of that as well?
Well, I mean, my traumas, the biggest traumas are when I in a high school and major head injury on the way to SATs. So no, nothing, no wild child episode led to
Right.
the loss, but that was one of the major traumas in my life. But and then couple bad marriages.
Mm.
So that's all I want to say on that. But I've learned I've learned mindfulness. I've met having a morning and evening routines have absolutely helped me in getting to the point where I want, I'm ready to showcase my gifts, and I'm wanting to show my gifts, and so that is part of program that I've put together called
Mm.
Pixie Power, propelling you past your trauma.
Mm,
Pixie Power, because I was told at one point that myself and my daughter, my biological daughter, have pixie energy to us. It's like, yeah, I can see that. It's
yeah,
fun. It's, you know, just and that's, I like to bring the energy of fun into this as much as possible.
yeah.
Fun, crazy, all kinds of
When you
things.
experience, just going back to one of these, when you experience the head trauma that you talked about, and I know there's all the physical stuff that you experienced, right? That you can go into or not, but specifically, what was the, for lack of a better word, what was the headspace? Where were you at emotionally because of that?
Well, I was only 17 at the time,
Yeah.
so
Already emotionally a whirlwind, right?
yes, yes, absolutely. The headspace I was in at that time, I was, you know, I was raised in a very conservative Christian home, and you know, it's a miracle that I even survived and wasn't a vegetable. So I was just like, I'm gonna do this. I'll figure it out somehow.
Mm. Mhm.
I'm gonna do it. Just determination, pure determination.
Yeah, I can feel
No
that.
idea exactly what, but I knew I was gonna do it.
Yeah. Was there a push and pull within? Was there a like a duality of what you were experiencing where you had this determination? Did you have anything else that was happening that you had to kind of work through?
Well, I had been trying, one of the things, like I said, I lost my ability to play the trumpet, and I was trying so long, trying. I don't know if you, well, it's, you grew up in a musical family, so you understand the G above middle C down. I lost control of my embouchure, and that's the very first part you learn. I mean, I could play above, but not below.
Mhm.
And I was not able to get that control back, no matter how much I tried. So that was the duality, I guess you could say.
What was that feeling like for you at the time?
Frustrating.
Yeah. And so where did that shift for you from the frustration? What was it for you that shifted that into that determination? Like you're speaking to the propelling you forward.
um, hmm. See, I was at that time, I really, I guess it, I'm really not sure about that, to be honest. I didn't have it all, have anything figured out then. I was just, you know, I was a kid. And one of the things that happens sometimes with head trauma is you're taken back emotionally, at least I believe I was,
Mm,
to a younger age, to re-mature again. So I don't think I had that capability other than saying, I'm gonna do this. I
mhm.
don't,
It's just innate, it sounds like. You just had that
yeah,
innate determination, part of your
yeah.
character, eh?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then how does that, if you were to relate to that going forward into other experiences that you had with trauma, what what are some of the like the common threads for you that you uncovered in those experiences?
the common threads between
Yeah,
all
like,
the songs.
well, like you're talking about the determination, right?
Yeah.
So was there more that you learned, or was it just a consistency of expanding on that, for example?
I think possibly I don't really good questions.
Yeah, thank you. It's just meant to provoke ideas. So whatever it is that inspires in you, I think that there's
Yeah.
value for people to hear.
Absolutely. The thing that I'm really, one of the things from the hip trauma is sometimes putting thoughts together in my head takes a little longer.
Sure.
So, I mean, I could be sitting here thinking, and I don't think that's what. So
What is it that you feel inside when it comes to what you're inspired about to help people with when it comes to trauma?
to help them be and to be their beautiful, imperfect, perfect selves, and whatever their gifts are, to help them rediscover if they've lost track, or help them find ways to bring them out more and help them be more fulfilled.
What's this? That's beautiful. Like I can feel that. I feel the power and the goosebumps in that, and in embracing that. That's really beautiful. Is there something that if somebody were just kind of dipping their toes in the water of what you're sharing, like what would be a little tip for them to start to embrace and share those gifts unapologetically?
Trying to remember what really used to light them up when they were young, or before the trauma, things that they used to love to do and be, and try and find a way to do a little bit of that every day. Like we talked about singing, both being from musical families, and my daughter gets frustrated, but I belt out music in the car, in the grocery store, wherever, and she's like, but singing always raises my vibe, helps me.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's those simple things, right?
Yes.
But that's so powerful. What great advice to just the little things, but making the conscious choice to do them every day.
Yes.
Yeah. So you talk about music, obviously that lights you up. Tell me more, like when you were a young kid, what you mentioned you're a self-proclaimed pixie, right?
Yes.
Tell me more, like what's that energy all about for you? What is that?
Fun, mischievous. I love playing pranks on people, tickling. My family gets so frustrated with me. And when my daughters were little, I used to say, "Tickle monsters can't get you," and I'd tickle them, and I'd lean away and say, "Yep, tickle monster has to have a kiss to stop," and I'd lean away. Anyway, they were going nuts.
Yeah. So fun, mischievous. I can see that as a kid, right? So what?
Yeah.
how did that come out for you as a kid? Do you remember anything that was particularly full of that fun, adventurous spirit?
Um, trying to remember when I, just trying new things. Like I tried.
Mm,
My parents one time got us said we're all going to go take skiing lessons, and they were on the bunny slopes doing these little tiny things. And I went up and rode and was zooming past them, and they're like, "What?"
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No fear, eh?
Why not? Have fun. Yeah.
So that it seems like there's that you've got that determined spirit, and you
Mhm.
link that up with that fun, and there's not much that would hold you back, eh?
No, absolutely.
What a powerful presence to hold for yourself and for people when you're in
Yes,
service to them.
absolutely. And I really am looking forward to seeing the changes that come about in the program that I'm offering now.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about that? So obviously you're helping people step into their gifts and not hold back and be unapologetic and shining their light. Can you tell me any more?
Well, it's the program Pixie Power Propelling You Past Your Trauma is designed. It's an 8-week coaching container on Facebook and weekly Zoom calls, different topic every week. Steps that I took to propel past my trauma to teach other people how to do it themselves.
Hmm. Beautiful. When you, so to me, when it comes to coaching and all of that, there's such an importance about who you're working with, and that energy that you're talking about, that powerful, fun, mischievous, adventurous presence.
Mhm.
How do you, like, what's your feeling around that, and how you infuse that into your coaching?
It's, well, for one thing, I swear often. So if
Okay.
people aren't okay with that, maybe not with the best energy. But I my core values for my program: authenticity, transparency,
Mm,
empowerment, and healing.
mm,
Those things that I bring. I'll, one of the posts I put recently, talked about, hey, my daughter and I had a falling out over Memorial Day weekend. It's healing now, but it was, she actually decided she was going to go back to her dad's house early.
mm,
And, and the fact that what happened was something she said brought me back to the unhealed, traumatized person I used to be when I was just getting out of that marriage.
mm.
And the fact that I recognized it and stopped it and talk about it the next day was like mind blowing. How I'm so grateful to have completed this and be able to lead other people through what I've been through myself
Yeah.
to heal.
That's very powerful. I know that from my own experience that we're not going to cease to have the stimulation and those triggers. It's a matter of
Oh no,
how we work with them. So
absolutely.
yeah, you're expressing that level of healing and state of consciousness, right? That you're at from all of the work that you've done
Mhm.
on yourself. That's pretty amazing. and to be of service to people in the same way is phenomenal.
Well, I want to be able to help people. The world needs more healed people, healers and healed people to make more positive change.
Absolutely. How do you relate to the idea of, I know my mentors have said before, and everyone has their own version of this, but that you only need to be 1 to 3 steps ahead of somebody to be able to help them.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And the fact that if you're transparent about where you are, that is even better for your students so they can relate to you better. They can say, hey, this woman really understands. She's there, been there, dealing with it. People aren't perfect. We never will be. So be authentic and transparent about it. Matter of fact, I just had to end a relationship because he wasn't being, and I thought he was it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's a certain level of freedom of feeling like, oh yeah, I don't have to be perfect. I can still learn and still be of service without that.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
That's beautiful. Laura, thank you. Your story and your presence is very inspiring.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being with us. I'm going to end up tagging you in the comments and so forth
Okay.
in the interview, but why don't you share, for the purpose of the recording and everything, how can people connect with you if they'd like to do that?
Well, my page on Facebook, my personal page is Laura Crossman, and my coaching page is Flourish Forward Coaching. Either of those places, just reach out, message me, let me know how I can help. I am looking forward to everything that I can help you be. And I was told by some coaches the other day, and I put a post yesterday about this. I am offering from a space of gratitude, for every 5 people pay for the program, I am going to offer a scholarship for 1 person. There are limited spots available, but for every 5, there's an opportunity for 1 need base to have a scholarship.
Beautiful. That's very generous and beautiful thing. Appreciate that. Laura, is there anything else you'd like to say that you're inspired to share as we wrap this up?
Reach out to me for program, for the application for scholarship. There are payment plans available. The cost of the 8-week program, this first time I'm doing it, is only $999, and payment plans are available. It's going to be going up. I'm going to keep the membership in this group low so that I can focus on giving the best service possible.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you, Laura. Empowered Soul Network, you've been listening to Laura Crossman, and we will tag you here, as well as all of the things when in the comments. Go ahead and put your links as well for everybody to easily access.
Thank you so much, and thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for being here.
Take care.